Bess took off one shoe, threw it down from 10,000 meters high. The shoe landed on the ground, making a sound. Due to the low volume, it did not catch Tom's attention. Seeing Tom about to leave, she quickly took off the other shoe and threw it down. This time the shoe landed squarely on the iron frame, making a loud noise. Tom finally heard the sound. He walked over, picked up the shoe, and glanced at it. He stood up and looked around but did not look up at the top. Bess hurriedly took out the signal gun on the tower, ready to fire. Her friend stopped her, saying it wasn't dark yet. The signal wouldn't be clear when sent out now. Wait until it gets dark before firing the signal flare. The chances of being rescued would be higher. Finally it got dark. The two of them took out the signal gun and fired it into the sky. The orange-red fire illuminated the top of the tower, attracting the attention of passers-by through binoculars. They saw someone sending a distress signal to them. Seeing the passerby coming over, the two thought they were finally saved. The passerby started the RV and drove towards them. As the RV got closer, the two became more excited. At this moment, the passerby held an iron rod, smashed the car's glass door open. The passerby directly got in and drove the car away. The girl accidentally fell from the outside high tower. Bess, frightened, looked down at the edge of the platform. Luckily, it was her best friend who fell onto the backpack. Then Bess strenuously pulled her back. As night approached, they still needed to contact rescue personnel. Bess wrote a distress message on a piece of paper, then tied her to a drone. This would be their only hope for survival. But halfway through the drone's flight, it unexpectedly ran out of power. The two quickly retrieved the drone. At night, Bess looked at the signal light above her. She suddenly came up with an idea. As long as she plugged the charger into the lamp holder, she could charge the drone. As soon as dawn broke, Bess sprang into action. With each meter climbed, her heart filled with more fear. Encouraged by her best friend, Bess successfully reached the top, twisting off the light bulb, plugging in the charger, and hanging it on the iron pillar, waiting for the drone to be fully charged. Facing attacks from vultures, Bess could only pretend to remain calm. Just then the battery was full. Bess maneuvered the drone, flying along the road towards the hotel. Just when rescue seemed imminent, the drone malfunctioned. Hope shattered as well, leaving only one last resort. She looked at her best friend's shoes, considering throwing the phone down. But her friend refused because her shoes were down there. Bess looked down and saw a group of vultures feasting on her best friend's body. Her friend had already fallen to her death, just as Bess had grabbed her backpack. Unable to accept the harsh reality, Bess started to hallucinate. Overwhelmed with grief, she sat on the platform, closed her eyes tightly. Suddenly a vulture tried to peck at her thigh, startling Bess awake. She grabbed the vulture by its neck and snapped it. Having not eaten for 3 days, she was too hungry. She relied on the vulture's meat to regain her strength. After finishing the meal, she hung the rope on the ladder and descended. With no fear left in her heart, her sole belief was to survive. Bess unfastened the safety buckle, jumped onto the radar, held her friend's cold hand, apologizing profusely as she hesitated to let her go. She needed to place her phone inside her friend's body, through the wound for flesh to cushion it. Ensuring the phone wouldn't shatter, the distress signal could be successfully sent. Indeed, Bess succeeded. When her father received her distress signal, he rushed to the scene without hesitation. Father and daughter embraced tightly and managed to survive. They knew that everything they went through was far from easy.